Maximus Analysis here for December 23rd, 2015. We see we have another great update. Again, 3 days in a row, kind of long in the tooth to be starting to go a long position. They need to get above these levels here. Let me see if I can get something going. There we go. So you have these lower highs, or you could even draw it from here. Some people might say, no, that's not the way you draw it. But we can see that we have the lower highs from here, here, here. Holding these levels that we spoke about. So far so good. You got to be on the bull side of things. Okay, if they fade really low and break this low tomorrow, we have to see how this one plays out, because again, it's just a tight situation we have going in here. Let me actually change it over to this one so you can see all of this information going on. Hitting the 200-day moving average. Last sell signal was 2030, so we want to stay above that. Unfortunately, that's basically the low of today's candle. So we'll see how it plays overnight. Again, volume anemic, which is expected. It's the holiday. It was right before. We're going to get a short day, I believe, tomorrow till noon. So we got to see how this one plays out. But again, they have gone up higher since, this flush down. They have definitely broken above that level. So we have to respect the lower highs currently. NQ. Very light volume, still holding these levels. We really want to see them continue. Volume is light based on the holidays, but again, you have to say the underlying trend is to the bull side. Even though you have this very crappy pattern right here, you have to look at what's going on past here. So we have this action, we have this action. Let me do the other one. We have this action, so we have not even broken the 50% level, which would be around 43.20. So we have to still stay on the bull side for now, unless we get some significant, break of a low and closing below this level. So again, we'll see how this one plays out. But again, the bulls are still in control. You have the YM just bucking up against the bottom of the chop, and we've shown this numerous times, but I'll show it again. I pretty much gave this is the midpoint, and it's pretty much held and been a very significant. So there's a ton of supply overhead. So again, they need to get back above this, or this is just dead cat bouncing, and they don't need to break under 1700. Now let's look at the futures. We had crude gave a nice move up today. Again, they got above 37, which is nice. So let's see how much juice they have left. And this was with volume. Again, today was the EIA inventory report at 10:30. So you can see after that they pretty much rocketed. Let's look at the intraday chart. You can see this is the 10:30 candle, and they shot up and they held it. They held it, higher lows, and continue to the upside. So again, we can see some follow through. Let's see if it really breaks above this 40, which is this last pivot that we have spoken about. So break above that on some really high volume, and they might be able to recapture some stuff. So we'll see how this one plays out again. So let's look at some names. We had the IWM really pop up pretty nicely. Again, not in any bull type of deal, not to be overly bullish because of the price pattern. It hasn't even got above 118, but a nice 3-day pop so far. So we'll see if they run out of gas, but we just want to watch this and see if it continues up and maybe gives even another sell signal. And the reason why is I'm looking kind of, you could take this out, this portion out. Let's say we just did this, right? So you see that kind of going there, and they might be testing that and continue to the downside. So I would love to see it go up and see what kind of volume they do and test around this area and go from there. So you had some names move up again. You have the SPY that again moves up, of course. You have Priceline kind of hovering around, but maybe there's not much more selling to be done, but it's still, you don't want to break it below this low of 1263. You don't want to break below this low with any type of significant volume, but they could pop it up. And again, it almost would give kind of that same type of pattern that we just saw on that. So you could say, okay, it's something like that, broke down, and if they're going to retest and give a lower high from, let's say, this area, and they could continue to flush down, unless you get some stupid, volume that you're just like, I don't know where this thing is going. You had Apple give a little pop up, but again, it's still in broken territory in regards to where it's currently living. So it could pop all the way to 112. We want to see what type of volume it comes up with. And kind of just taking it from there, it was very oversold from this last sell signal. So that's fine. We have Google. Google's just a very choppy pattern to be trading, as well as Facebook is just a choppy pattern to be trading. So I'd rather it just break above that, but you still have the bull bias based on where it is within the trend. You have LinkedIn. Again, not giving much, just a couple of dojis. So I don't know if they're going to continue and see a break under this 124 and a quarter. Might give you some more selling pressure. Netflix actually did okay today, but it's just, again, you just want to see some follow through. Tomorrow, break above 120 would be nice, but again, it's a half day. So some of you guys might say, to hell with it, I'm just going to start vacation early, and nothing is wrong with that. Because of how things are going. So you saw in the Dow, they had Nike got crushed today on earnings. So it really gave a real big sell signal. We want to look on the weekly how that looks. So you see if some follow through next week, a break of this low could see, just a retracement, and it needs to hold this 118.65 area. But at least you're looking to see kind of how that formulates itself on high volume. So again, it's not the candle, if that was a 5-minute chart, what would you do? If this is a 5-minute chart, what would you would just go instantly long? No, you would wait and see how this one formulates. If it continues down, maybe give you a retracement up to maybe these levels for a better type of short. You just apply the same thing. A chart is a chart. You have the winners again were, the chevrons. They popped up because of the inventory report, and you got Goldman Sachs giving some good type of movement. No, nothing wrong with that. ExxonMobil up 2 1/4. So that looks okay, I guess. Where it lives, we'll see. Let me see if this was around the 50% mark. Yes, it was. So pop above that looked good and held strong. So again, I would look for it to get at least to this 200 or maybe to this 82 if you get some follow through of the underlying stock. So again, we'll see how it goes. I know it wasn't a choppy session on the ES, but it was a light volume session. So we'll continue and see. But again, you have to be in the bias of the bulls for now, because they have it. They have the rock. They have the ball. And right now they're still holding these lows. So these lower highs, you don't want to see it broken and then come back up. But we'll see how it goes from there. So again, I'll do a short video tomorrow. And take care. And if anything, if I don't do a video, maybe I'm playing with my kids or something, have a happy holiday.